Had it all the way, Todd?
I'd like to say that. Probably when I get about 30 years old, I can say that.
Todd, can you talk about the play of your defense? Really outstanding all night, with the exception of that one play to Cooper Kupp, but it did enough to win.
I thought they fought hard. You know, they were very good in situational football this week. Third down and mostly in the red zone, they were pretty good keeping them out with 7. So, you know, other than that one play, probably 2 plays there, those guys played tough. They communicated all night, and, you know, hats off to them. They did a heck of a job.
Also talk about the play of Vita Vea coming up with a couple of big sacks for you in some key situations.
We knew we had to win the line of scrimmage, and Vita was a big part of that going into the week. And, you know, we were determined to try to get him free and at least match him up a little bit, and he came through for us.
Did Hicks' presence tonight help Vea, freed him up to be able to do those things?
It helped him a lot. You know, we got 2 big guys in there, so you got to kind of pick and choose who you double. So Hicks's presence allows other people to get free to make up for some of the things that Shaq did when he was in here.
Can you tell us how big Cade Otton was in this game? And you know, just prior to the drive, prior to that, you had a kind of a combat catch down on the goal and come back and make that play.
Cade is huge. Cade has been huge the last couple of weeks, you know, just blocking, making quality catches, making timely catches, and the game not being too big for him. You know, I think he had one of those catches in preseason as well, and it came right back to him, and, you know, he's developing into a good pro early in his career.
Todd, how big was Camarda for you today, just flipping the field?
Camarda was huge. I mean, we gave him a game ball. You know, he was huge today. Without him punting that ball and changing the field position, we'd probably be in some tough situations.
There's so much disappointment and frustration that's built up in the last 3 weeks. What's that locker room like in there right now?
It's joyous. We won. We hadn't won in a couple of weeks, you know. I was happy to get a win. It was a hard-fought game. It was complimentary football. It was a team win. You know, it's a lot easier to fly overseas after you win a game than lose a game. So we just got to start putting them together.
How much can an emotional victory like this help propel a team that's been struggling?
Hopefully a lot, you know, hopefully a lot. We'll see as the time goes, but we understand the work we have to put in to get to where we need to be.
During that spiked ball by Brady, he was perfect on that drive. You guys had great execution on that game-winning drive. What did you see on that game-winning drive in which Brady connected with Todd?
It's like you said, hey, great execution. They were doubling Mike and Chris, and Scotty and Cade made some timely catches. Leonard made a good catch going down that way. So, you know, those other guys started making plays, and we spread the ball around a little bit.
Todd, how do you synthesize sort of the first 3 quarters offensively where things are just not going your way, and then ultimately come to the conclusion of the win, that last drive, and how things just fell into place there at the end?
It was a grind. For 3 quarters, it was a grind. When we had something going, we either got a setback with a penalty, or we got a holding call, or we got a false start, and we shot ourselves in the foot. But those guys stuck with it. They were determined to fight this thing out to the end. We knew we had to keep a close game. Usually when we play them in the past, they get ahead of us pretty good, and we become one-dimensional. But I thought those guys fought hard, and they scrapped, and they came through.
Speaking of setbacks, offensively in the second quarter, Julio Jones looked like he was in motion and like he might have ran the wrong way. It was a 2nd and 6. Do you know what happened there?
Well, I got to see what the play call was and what he audibled to first in order that got us confused.
Todd, is there anybody better in that situation? I mean, he gets him down there, you don't score, the defense gets it back, but when Tom Brady has the ball, you feel like you have a chance, right?
We always have a chance with him. Grateful to have him. You know, he got over 100,000 yards. That's a long playing career for anybody. Still plays at a high level. We love the guy to death.
What can you say about him, too, the fact that he has those moments in these meaningful games, like that Buffalo game in overtime last year, right? Like his 700th career touchdown pass is the game winner to Rashad Perryman.
I mean, you run out of things to say about him. I'm sure I can't say anything different than the 50 million people that's already commented things on him. You know, he's a great player. He's one of the best, if not the best, to ever play the game, and, you know, he continues to do that.
I know you didn't like the long pass to Kupp, Todd, but talk about how the secondary contested most of those throws.
For the most part, you know, I was happy with the yak yards. They didn't catch and run for a bunch of yards, minus that play, which was big because they're a big catch and run team, and they're a big jet sweep team. I thought they did a heck of a job between Bunning, Carlton, and Dean, and Mike and Keanu did a heck of a job of containing the receivers when they were running the football. We thought that was big going into the game.
Was it just a miscommunication on that touchdown?
It was a bust, let's just say that.
Todd, when you look at this, the Saints have been problematic for you guys for several years. The Rams, you guys were 0-3. What level of satisfaction is it for you and for this team to beat the Rams and finally kind of end that streak tonight?
Well, satisfaction to win. You don't get satisfaction unless you make the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl, but for a regular season win, beat somebody that hadn't beaten you in a while, it's a nod. It's not a great satisfaction. We just lost 3 in a row, so this one obviously cures today, and we got to get ready tomorrow, have a 24-hour rule, and move on to Seattle.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Tom Brady next.
That was awesome. That was fucking awesome.
How much did this team need an emotional win like that?
We needed it. We needed it. We got it. We fought to the end. Defense played great. Made some plays offensively. I know we left a few out there, but it's it's a team's tough team. So got some great players. Glad we won.
Is that what you thought when you left the field and had your fist pumped in the air? This is effing awesome?
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. That's why we play, to get out there and win and give it all you got. Everyone was tired, threw the ball a lot, pass protected against, one of the great players of all time. So guys made a lot of plays. It was great to see.
Scotty dropped that touchdown pass, or may have been the game winner. You came right back to him on the last drive. Just talk about that last drive, having to go to Cade and Scotty, and not necessarily Mike and Chris.
Yeah, they made a lot of great plays, and then Mike ended up making a great. Got the PI down there, or else he probably would have caught that one for a touchdown. And then, Cade caught the game winner. So that's what it takes, man. It doesn't go perfect, and we certainly haven't played perfect by any stretch. But hopefully, it gives us some confidence, and we can, win again next week, and get to 5-5, which would be pretty, good for us the bye week, and then kind of reevaluate everything.
Brady, you clipped 100,000 career passing yards. On top of that, you got a win tonight as well. How big was that, and how much more exciting is that for you, knowing that you guys were able to snap that losing streak? And, of course, you got that record.
Yeah, it's all about the win, so it's all about the win, man. No one, never cared about that. It's all about the win. Go ahead.
How much trust are you building now in Cade, and how much growth has he had? He also had a ball close to the goal line.
Yep.
Knocked away, came back.
Yep. I always tell them I don't care about drop balls. I really don't. I'd rather be more concerned if you don't get open than if you drop the ball. I miss passes. They drop balls. You just don't want to always go back to them. If they're out there, I have confidence in them.
Tom, after the PI, you turned directly and called the play to Cade right away. Were you feeling it right then?
I think Bai and I have a great relationship, so we talk about a lot, and I thought I liked that play, and went over. Told Bai, and he's like, yes, go for it, let's go. So it's good.
How much were you talking, Tom, how much were you talking to the guys during when the Rams had the ball for the final drive, for their final drive? That give me one more shot at this. Give me one more shot at
Well,
this.
I think the defense needed to come up with a big stop, which they did, and the Rams ran it 3 times, and one first down, the game's over for them, and our defense held and gave us a chance. And I think the big play coming out of the break with Cade up the seam was a huge play to get us started. So last one.
Is it the spark you need to go off in this season?
I'm sorry?
Is it the spark you need to go off in this season?
Well, I think it's important for us. We just have not played the way we're capable. Just some things have kind of not really fallen our way at all. And hopefully we can get a win, get to 5-5, and then the whole season's ahead of us. So thank you guys.